UltraAlgo here, and today is June 23rd, 2021, and we are going to be reviewing a few tickers with the UltraAlgo script, which delivers buy and short signals as well as insights into market maker trades. The tickers that we're going to be reviewing is stock ticker ACST on the 5-minute chart, stock ticker AEI on the 5-minute chart, stock ticker ENTX on the 15-minute chart, Ethereum and Bitcoin both on the 15-minute chart. So here you can actually see the some of the calls that we made over the last few days. They were a little bit longer. Specifically, today was ACST. We called out that we were buying low case and that the security was a little bit overextended. So we waited for the short signal and it had a 15% drop, 15.69% drop since our call. The other one was ENTX, where we specifically saw that a short squeeze was in place. We bought low case earlier, which was part of our strategy to short towards the end of the day. But in the most immediate, we saw that it was going to short squeeze, and it ended up going up 14.74%. The other one was stock ticker AEI. Again, we secured low case for the short, and that ended up dropping 27.78%. It has a habit of spiking and then an aggressive pullback. And then the other two that we had a longer view on was Bitcoin and Ethereum, that they were both due for a very aggressive pullback, and we'll talk about that in more detail. But Bitcoin dropped 45% since our call, and Ethereum ended up dropping 48.6%. We also made a call on Dodge as well, which ended up going down 65%. So now let's go directly into the chart. So here you can see the stock ticker. Let's start off with ACST Pharmaceutical. And here we're looking at the top on the 15-minute chart, just to get a better idea of the pattern and see how it's performing. The buy indicates a bullish pattern, the short indicates a bearish pattern. And the idea is that you really want to find enough distance between the signal and the next spike that's going to occur in order to take advantage of that pattern. And here you can actually see that it was definitely overextended. It hit the resistance line and it was due for a pullback. So that's when we started to buy low case. And here you can actually see our signal fired on the bottom chart, which was on the 5-minute chart. There was no ultra bull signal that fired, which meant that the market makers weren't really supporting this trade. So it was going to potentially not hold at that line, and that's exactly what we saw. So on the short signal down, had a very, very aggressive drawdown. Let's look at the next ticker, which is AEI. On the top, we're looking at the 15-minute chart just to get a better idea on how the stock performs over time. You can see it tends to have a very aggressive pullback with a spike. We saw that on June 10th. So again, very aggressive movements over the last 2 days. And here on the bottom, you can actually see our 5-minute chart where we saw the market maker trades, the ultra bulls firing. We saw the same thing happen on June 21st, but as you can see, as soon as it starts spiking, it usually tends to pull back very aggressive, at least when there's a higher delta in that movement. So we bought low case early, waited for the short signal, and then when the short signal delivered, we took advantage of that pullback. And you can actually see the most immediate resistance line firing there as well. Now let's look at the next ticker, ENTX. Again, this one has a history of spiking very, very, very aggressively and then pulling back just as aggressively. Today was no exception. We got the short signal right at the peak, and we expect this to pull back over the course of the day. But again, always be cautious with these types of securities. Always trade with bracket orders and stop limits. This way you're mitigating as much risk as possible. But you can actually see it hit the most immediate resistance line. So usually when you see that, it means it's going to have a very aggressive pullback. So $10. We saw it breaking around halfway there. So a very, very easy position to reference. Now these were a little bit longer plays. So you have Ethereum on the top chart. We have the 2 hour on the bottom. We have the 60-minute chart, so you can see how we're playing it on an intraday basis. But here on the 2 hour chart, you can see the patterns are firing very consistently with the drawdown and on the upside. And over here we saw that the peak was at 4,300. That's US dollars, US dollars on the 2 hour chart. So we got the signal really at the peak, and from there it had a very, 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 very loose pullback, which now is trading at almost half of what it was. So again, very easy chart to read when you're looking at the picture. Next ticker is Bitcoin, and you can see it follows the same pattern. Specifically, our trigger here was the ultra bear signal. The ultra bear signal, when they fire, it means that the institutions, the market makers, are really not supporting the trade anymore, and they're actually going to be pushing it on the downside. So they might do little pumps along the way, but their usual goal with the ultra bear signal is that it's going to have a very aggressive pullback. So it's something to be aware of. Thank you for watching the technical video. If you're interested in improving your overall trading strategy, we recommend you start a 7-day free trial with UltraAlgo. This tool is available for TradingView as well as TradeStation. TradeStation, we actually offer automated trading. So it's a very, very powerful feature. Watch the videos that we have on our website. Again, this tool is designed to help traders easily identify buy and short opportunities across securities listed on all major exchanges. That includes New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, OTC, CBOE, and all international markets. It's also available for Forex and crypto trading. Start a 7-day free trial at UltraAlgo.com.